everything will fall into become ruins. Even you and me will become ruins. We'll despair on earth.
So welcome everyone, my name is Denise Fong, and I'm the Curator of Urban Cultures here at the Museum of Vancouver. And we are very honored and privileged to have our artist, Yao Jui-Chung, who is the featured artist for the Mirage exhibition, and the documentarian for the project, Sandy Lowe, with us today to facilitate this tour. And just to give a bit of background, the exhibition Mirage, Disused Public Property in Taiwan, is a temporary exhibition at the Museum of Vancouver, which will be open until September 2nd. So please take the time to go through the galleries after the tour if you have a moment. And I would also mention that this exhibition is being shown for the first time in North America, so we're very lucky to be the first location for this show. So I will now pass the time to Yao to share a bit about his work.
This project's running on 2010. I bring my students go their hometown to investigate a lot of the abandoned properties everywhere in Taiwan. Actually, it's sad stories, but I hope those spaces can release to the NGO, NPO, or the who really need the spaces, not only the rich man or the government can use only.
Hi, I'm Sandy. I'm documentarian of this project, Mirage, for 14 years. And it's still going on. I don't know when I can end my documentary. Hopefully soon. Welcome.
Standing here, we see the construction of a housing development that you can see is called Sanak. Does anyone here know why this development is called Sanak? Any ideas?
That was the original name of the place.
Yes, very good, Ken. So yeah.
Well, just take a look at the buildings. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just looking at this building. Yeah, so we'll try to stay on this side. Pardon me?
We're just doing a tour of the building here. Yeah.
Yeah, that one had a fire inside.
Oh,
that fire!
it's fire.
Now that we have everyone's attention, we will be introducing the second location of today's tour, which is the Molson Brewery. So Melissa and Debbie and I pass by here a lot, so we often wonder about this space. It's also private property, but I think it's very noticeable that it's been sitting here for quite some time without much activity, so we wanted to share a bit about the history of this place and also some background. This is an old photo from 1965 showing the aerial view of this area in Kitsilano and Mirage. So we see that there's growing urban development in this area over time, and back in the 60s there was already the existence of the brewery. And this is how it used to look like, this brewery. So back then it was known for a large number 6 neon sign, which also served as a weather beacon. So it changed colors and also flashed to indicate the weather. So it's kind of a landmark for people living in the area.
Oh man, oh.
Hi, my name's Kate. I'm a Vancouverite, but I moved from Taiwan to here when I was 13. I guess as like an immigrant, there's more emotional quality to environments, at least for me, when I revisit, or even just here now that I've seen Vancouver change so much over the years, because people and businesses or whatnot changes so much, but sometimes it's the buildings left behind that carries on the memories, for better or for worse. So it's really interesting to see his projects, and you can tell because it's a huge collaboration over the years that different photographers bring different lens to the environments that they see. So I think it's not just like it could be a place of kind of collection of broken promises and memories, but it's also, I think, a nostalgia and like a hope to have something different there. Like I think people photograph those spaces because they have still emotional ties to it. So that part was really interesting. I saw a couple of ones that are from my hometown that I had a vague memory of as a kid. So that was cool. It was like, oh, like, so that place is still disused now, or oh, I didn't realize this place turned into that. So
The policeman already waiting for you.
I was so scared when the car went. I'm like, oh no.
No, don't worry, don't worry.
So back in the day, there was a lot of industry around Falls Creek. It was mostly lumber, steel, and shipbuilding, and that's what this rail line was primarily used for. This track ran along the Falls Creek to the Great Northern Terminus, that way, which is now Pacific Central Station, just off Main and Terminal. And in that direction, you can see where it cuts off here on the street, and it would have run right into that coffee shop. So the City of Vancouver purchased the right-of-way on this section of the track, and in the late 1990s, the Downtown Historic Railway was established. It operated from 1998 to 2011 between Granville Island and Science World on weekends and holidays from May to mid-October. Right now, it's up to TransLink if they want to do anything with it.
Hi, my name is Ken. My pronouns are they, them. I was really interested in Yao Jui-Chung's work about urban abandoned spaces. Since in Vancouver we've got so many spaces that could be repurposed and obviously help our housing crisis, among other things. In terms of Yao's work, what I really saw was a calling of accountability to politicians. And so when people have a particular project or plan and they say, hey, everybody, rally behind me and vote for me because I'm going to transform this old thing into this brand new fancy thing. The promise of the new and fancy thing, does it really meet the needs? Mm-hmm. I think a lot of times politicians bite off more than they can chew with promises of what they can deliver to the people. And we really need to start at the basics of like food and shelter, because with our income disparity all over the world, it's really what's most important all around.
I guess I'm kind of building on his question for you initially, which is, I think the photographs you take, they're beautiful as well, right? They're art, But clearly for you, this is a purpose-driven art. Like there's activism, and you are trying. There's a social cause behind your work. I guess what we're curious about is, did you get into taking photographs of ruins as an art first? Like, is it because you appreciated the buildings, and then from it you found what you wanted to do with your work, or was it more because you saw that these ruins are there and you wanted to way to document them that will drive your cause? Like, which kind of came first?
对，所以它是不是艺术对我来讲也不是太重要，因为对有些人可能是艺术，可是对很多人都会觉得很恐怖啊，黑白的，然后乌漆嘛黑的。那其实对我来讲其实也无所谓，因为我要谈的不是艺术这个是那么就是漂漂亮亮的东西，而是一个 reality， 就是什么是你生活的地方。那这空间呢，它后面我刚刚说有很多看不见的政治势力在角力，所以我有时候会很无奈，就是无奈说这种政治势力你也没有办法去介入，那就像你没有办法去介入你的生命一样。那我们会很无奈，就想说把它给抒发一下。那集结出来之后，就变成一个所谓集群的力量去呈现全面性的问题。那对政府当然就会有点压力。So any other questions?
Yeah, you talked a little bit about buildings being repurposed by non-government organizations, NGOs, for, I guess, more helping society projects. Has your project provoked any success then? Have any NGOs gotten to move into a place that was vacant?
比如说有一些
就是有没有一些
对，我举个例子，比如说在台北市有一个游泳池荒废了，在那个北门那边，他们就把它给游泳池把它改装成升降舞台，给台北市的那个剧场去做排演使用，就是舞台可以从那个游泳池下面升上来，然后他们就可以排练，就是变得比较，因为台北市很贵，所以没有什么地方有排练叫铲水，那地方就变得很重要的一个排练铲水游泳池。
Question for both Sandy and Yao. What has it been like to have Sandy document your projects and interview your students? And Sandy, for you, how long have you been working with Yao as an independent curator and documentarian? What has it been like to interview the students, document the process? As a documentarian, why is it important for you to take on this project?
对，因为我本来就带那些学生其实很累。然后他帮忙拍那个纪录片，其实我也蛮开心，因为我也很想知道学生的看法。但是因为实在是太多事要做了，你知道，3个月我们就要把所有作品做完，就是所有东西做完收起来，然后整个暑假我都在修他们的图，还有修他们文章。然后他们全部都放假，然后都找不到人。
Yeah. So I don't know, because my curatorial projects are basically socially engaged and community based. So it's not easy for me to find someone who really can work together with. Yeah, of course there are some artists, but as famous as Yao Jui-Chung, it's not that much in Taiwan. Like Yao, his artworks sells well in the market, but at the same time he also cares, this kind of socially engaged kind of projects. It's really seldom. So when he asked me to do the documentary for this project, I just 100% support this project. But I just didn't know, that's such a long, it will last this long. It's very hard to say how I'm feeling now, because at the same time I think it's worth of continuing this project, because there are still so many abandoned, disused public properties in Taiwan and in the whole world. It's a global issue. But on the other hand, I don't know, I really need some people to help, because it's so tough. I mean, financially and also energy consuming, time consuming. Yeah, so it's complicated. Here, this experience to work together with MOV is really amazing. I feel amazingly that you put such efforts to make this exhibition happen here, and then so many difficulties, right? And then in the opening, we saw so many local people who are really interested in this project. And now today we have this photo walk. Yeah, you guys are so involved. I don't know. I feel very touched. Yeah. So maybe Yao and me are not so alone. So thank you for joining us.
Everything will fall into become ruins. Even you and me will become ruins. Will despair on earth. 就是我们要活得精彩一点。虽然说我们不要被抹去，我们的 value 还是要存在。